welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a Rheinmetall Skorpion G. It's a Tier 8 German premium turreted tank destroyer. It's located on the southwest spawn of Karelia under the command of YouWho. Yes, it's him again. YouWho of the 606 clan, and he's in the German tank destroyer. Well, this is quite an effective tank destroyer. It's the second highest damage, or second highest alpha I should say, because the top one is the Shure PM, which is actually capable of 520. This thing, 490 alpha. It's a 128mm main gun. It's actually an Arty gun. Yes, a lot of people get surprised when they actually find that out. But it is a K43, which is a Kanonen, an artillery piece. And the KWK is a tank gun, and a PAK is an anti-tank gun. So you can see there's a distinct difference, and it's in the name. Kanonen. Kanonen means a howitzer or a cannon. Okay, he fired a blind shot in there just on the off chance. He should be pulling back right now to avoid a counter shot. The standard reload by the book is 12.2 seconds. And you can see he's got a reload time of 10.03. There's a Progetto over there, but he's actually behind a rock at the moment, so we can't get a shot on him. In fact, another one's turned up and narrowly missed getting a shot at the WZ. There he is. Can get a shot now. Oh, no, he's behind the other rock. So, yes, he's out of place. We can't get a shot on him just at the moment. Now, this one was a tank destroyer that wasn't actually built. They started development in January 1943, and they designed it by April of 1943 based on the Panther II hull, but it never went ahead. It was the second best alpha after, as I said, the Shure PM. Has good accuracy, good pen, good top speed of the vehicle as well. 60 kilometers an hour, which is actually the speed of a medium tank. And he's just suddenly spotted an M6Y just coming to view. And although he hit the armor, he didn't pen. And now he's got a Kranvan there. He needs to go for the hull in order to get pens on those guys. Skoda needs to pull back because he's in danger. But we might be able to get this guy. Yes, it was on the side of the turret as well. But he did get spotted. So he's pulling back into cover. Luckily, there's nobody up on the horseshoe at the moment. So he doesn't have to worry about the threat from that direction. But it might help him, actually, if he was to turn around and actually go to the other side instead. Oh, Arty! Arty! Ow. Well, it was a T-92, and he was actually aimed behind us. So we were lucky there, because we didn't get hit. Oh! Well, he couldn't see us, but the shell went through the Kranvan for 493, and it looked like it actually went through the frontal armor of the turret, which is very, very strong indeed. Okay, we've got another target over there. It's the Wizzy again. Can't hit him. I think we blocked off this passage because the enemy did try to get through, but they failed. There's still three tanks actually in that area. The Wizzy's trying to push on this side. And he's now about to come out from behind that rock. Try and get a shot on us. This is a very good position because that tree actually acts as bush cover. Okay. We've got the 252U spotting for us. He's also covering any of the guys who are coming around the northwest corner. And here comes the Wizzy. One shot takes him out. 352, but we had to pull back into cover. Oh, Arty got a shot there, and I think we were the ones, or may have been spotting, or it may have been the 252, but it was a good kill anyway. The batch at 155, check out the CS59. But the enemy is now there, they're out of that corner. Oh, another good hit. 468's a low roll, but it was a good hit nonetheless. And Arty's still helping. Okay, if that guy backs up, might be able to get a shot in him in the rear. The M6Y again, the Yo tank. Guy with 2 sets of tracks. No joy yet though. think we're fairly safe from the east side of the map at the moment. There's the Cranbon. Oh, he got it through the front again. But this time round, he got a high roll for 515. You can soon rack up a large amount of damage with this tank destroyer. He's already got up to 2.5k or near 2.5k. The only problem with this tank destroyer is the lack of armor. It is a Panther 2 hull, but it would have been slightly more up armored, I would have expected. They've put 30mm on the front, 16 on the sides and 20 at the rear. So you can see not much in the way of armor, which kind of makes it vulnerable. The 252 is moving backwards and forwards on that spot. I think he's still trying to spot the Cranbon, and the Cranbon can't get out of that corner. But there is a Barask who was spotted nearby, and there's also a Progetto 46. Let's just hope the 252U doesn't suddenly lose a huge amount of hit points. Remember, the Cranbon's an autoloader, 3 shots, and there he is. Didn't get it that time. But you can see the 252U suddenly disappeared back to the hole he was in before. Nope, it bounced off the front this time. The armor caught it. Frontal plate of a Cranbon is particularly strong. And now we might be able to get him. Yes, he does! He got him because the turret was turned slightly to one angle. And that exposed the weak side of the turret. And now we're 2 tanks ahead of the enemy. We were 2 tanks ahead, now we've lost one. Oh, and that Barask is still coming up. And we've lost the 252U. He was our, you could say, lookout. And there's a Striv over there. Yes, and a good hit. High roll, 542, leaves him on a 1-shot. Arty should be able to kill him. But he is fairly close to us, so he's on the north side of the swamp area. We're pulling back, and that's a smart move, because if he tries to stay up where he is, he might get outspotted. Okay, he's poked his head out to have a quick look. He needs to be careful. That tree is still acting in his favour, but if the Barask and the Striv creep up on him, he could start losing hit points. In fact, now he's actually moving over to the other side to stop the enemy from coming through the western, or the southern pass, I should say. But he needs to actually pick a position on the west side of the map, because he's only got the Arty over there. And if he moves over like this, then he could actually end up getting shot in the rear by the enemy when the enemy starts approaching our cap. Okay, we've got a shot on the Type 57. No, he's actually behind the rock. The Striv just killed our Leopard prototype. Oh, we've got a shot here. Yes, and he actually landed that one on the Concept 1B, took him out. That's his 3rd kill. But the enemy is now getting closer and closer. And I'm worried about what might be going on behind us, because remember that Barask and the Striv S1 are potentially directly behind us right now, and all we've got blocking is the Arty. We've only got one Arty, remember, because we lost the other one, the batch at 155.58. Again, nothing going on. It's blocking them at the moment, stopping them from moving, but something could be going on right behind us right now. And the first one who'll find out is our Arty once he gets hit.
Start withdrawal.
Okay, he's trying to tell the M103 to pull back so he can then use that as a killing ground. Once the M103's pulled back, the enemy will start pushing forward, and then they'll just drive straight into a killing ground, which we can use to wipe them out. But I'm still concerned about what's going on behind. Well, the M103 just took an Arty round, so one of the Arty's gone and parked himself on that southern pass. I would take a guess that it's actually the M53, M55, and the Progetto's suddenly been seen north of the swamp. The Barask on our team is spotting. I guess that YouWho thought that so long as the Barask was in the swamp, he would actually see the enemy as they were passing, and then he would get an idea that they were getting close to the cap. There's that Progetto. Now, we could move up as far as the... Oh, he's getting very, very close to our Barask. And our Barask is also about to get hit. Oh, no, 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 no. Go to the strip. He's very close to the Barask. And the Barask has to react there. And unfortunately, that means... Oh, there's the Progetto. One good shot, a high roll into the rear. But we were spotted. Pull back. That's it. Get behind that rock. That blocks us from the Barask. Oh, doesn't stop the Progetto getting a shot. And he gets 2 rounds into us. So we have to go round there. But that Progetto 46 is getting very, very close to our Arty. And unfortunately, we are now losing tanks. We're 2 down on the enemy. There's the enemy Barask sitting behind that rock. And he just got hit by the Arty. But that's probably the last shot that our Arty's going to get. And we've been spotted again. When he had to dive into the river there, had no choice. Now we know where the enemy Arty's is because he's been spotted by the M103. He's right up the other end. It's actually the T92 that was actually in the southern corridor. But the enemy Progetto has killed our Arty. And just as I predicted he would, or that the enemy would come round behind us. And they've now got the cap area. If we're going to go after the cap or to get the reset, we're going to have to start doing it now. Yeah, he suddenly picked that up. He's turning around and heading back. And he's trying to angle himself up the wall there. The M103 can see the T92. We can't see the Barask. Going halfway up the wall like this does produce artificial gun depression. This tank destroyer does have 7 degrees of tank depression, but you can create artificial depression by putting half the vehicle up a slope, and then of course just pivoting the turret actually gives you artificial gun depression on the enemy. Can be quite useful knowing that trick. Here comes the Barask. Hello, Mr. Barask. Well, he did take a hit and he got a fire. But unfortunately, he's a 2-shot autoloader, and we're out the game. At least he went out the game as well. And that was 4 kills for YouWho. And there's only one of us left, the M103, and they are now capping. Mind you, with good reason, because they've got the Progetto and 2 Arty. And the Arty, the T92 is out of position. So that means the only one in the cap area is the Progetto. M103 is quite a heavy beast. The unfortunate thing is that we don't know precisely how many hit points the Progetto has, but I think he is a 1-shot. Pretty certain about that. If I remember correctly as well, I think the M103 is a 120mm, and yet we've been spotted, and he's only got 172, so he is a 1-shot, but then so are we. We need to get closer because we are, oh dear, not close enough. And it's the T92 that gets the kill shot. Here's the end of battle results. And that was an ace tanker game for YouWho of the 606 clan in a Skorpion G. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, as well as an arsonist, because he set light to that Barask and it went up in smoke, even though he fired his 2 shots in and managed to get the kill on us, I'm afraid. He also got an eye for an eye because he took out the Barask and the Barask took him out him. A 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 5 exactly. And he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. His win rate was 7,448, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, you can see he got the highest damage, 4,606 hit points. Second highest damage was the Concept 1B, and he took that guy out, 3,475 hit points. And the third highest damage in the game actually turned out to be the M53, M55 on the enemy team with 2,340 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, we can see that the highest number, again, was shared between YouWho, who got 4 kills, and so did the M53, M55. And in joint second place, the Barask and the T92 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, we can see that the highest score actually turns out to be the Concept 1B with 1,003, the only player to get over 1,000. 935 went to the M53, M55, and 876 went to the Barask in third place on the enemy team. You can see that YouWho managed to get 857, so he wasn't far off the lead. In fact, actually puts him in 4th place on base XP overall. He fired 14 rounds. You get 30 rounds of ammunition in this vehicle, so plenty of ammo to fire around. 13 direct hits on the enemy, 10 penetrations, and 4,606 hit points, of which 3,783 were at more than 300 meters. He received 4 hits from the enemy, all 4 penetrated. I did say the armor was fairly weak. 1 hit by way of splash damage, that was from T92 HMC. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 4 were killed, and he earned 60,930 credits on a premium count and 2,201 experience points altogether. But sadly, yes, I'm afraid it was a defeat because there was no way they could actually fend off the fact that the enemy team did have Arty, and they couldn't expect or work out where the next shell was going to come from. And even as he was trying to approach the cap area to get at that progetto, at any moment a shell could come landing in, and he was fully spotted all the time. He was taking it cautiously to approach the enemy progetto, but unfortunately what it really needed was somebody just to gun the engine and keep maneuvering as much as they could to avoid those shells landing on top of them. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.